Louisville, Kentucky. It's a Conference USA battle between the Marquette Golden Eagles and the Louisville Cardinals. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. It's Pat Hughes along with Jim Jones, former Marquette All-American. How you doing?
Fine, fine.
It's a big ball game for Marquette tonight because with 18 wins, Jim, they might already have enough victories to get into that NCAA tourney. But if they can win tonight, I think they're definitely in. Do you think that?
Pat, I have to agree with you because here's an opportunity for Marquette to beat Louisville in Louisville. That would kill all the skeptics. They would have to give Marquette that opportunity.
Before we take a look at the Jeep Eagle keys in tonight's game, one compelling aspect of tonight's game will be shooting, as it always is in a college basketball game. Louisville shoots the ball very well, 50% as a team. Only UCLA in the entire country shoots the ball any better. Marquette plays excellent defense. They've got the best field goal defense in the nation, allowing only 38% of their opponent's shots to go in. That's something to watch as we look at the Jeep Eagle keys.
It is, Pat, because one of the things that Marquette will have to do, their transition defense will be key, because the way that Louisville is shooting 50% is because they're getting layups in transition and they're getting quick shots by upping the tempo. Marquette has to be concerned with that. The inside presence, they've got to defend against Samaki Walker because he is back. They've got to do the job on him, and they've also got to do on the other side, they've got to score some points from the inside. They cannot allow themselves to do what happened against St. Louis, where they only went to the free throw line with 4 opportunities and made 2. The intensity has got to be there. That is the key for Marquette. Every time they step on the road, they have got to be intense. Louisville is going to come out and try to set the pace.
And as we said earlier, if Marquette wins tonight, almost assuredly they'll qualify for the big dance. If you're a college basketball fan, this is the greatest time of the entire year. The end of the regular season, looking forward to that tournament. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Are they ready to go?
19,000 fans are ready to go here in Louisville. Back with the opening tip-off right after this timeout. It's a sellout at Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky. Just under 19,000 fans here on a chilly Wednesday evening, the next to the last night of February '96. Jim, we were talking earlier about Marquette's chances to get into the NCAA tourney. I was reading the Sporting News on the flight to Louisville last night, and the Sporting News is projecting 6 different Conference USA teams. There's Mike Dean, the Marquette head coach, very serious before tonight's game. He's really got his game face on. But the Sporting News is projecting 6 Conference USA teams to make the NCAA tourney. Cincinnati, Memphis, Louisville, Marquette, Tulane, and UNC Charlotte. Mike Dean would be very happy if that projection turns out to be accurate. Mike in his second year at Marquette, 39 and 18, assisted very capably by Bo Ellis, Dan Thies, and Mike Rice. Marquette 18 and 6 overall and 8 and 4 in conference play. They've got a balanced scoring attack. All 5 of their starters averaging in double figures in scoring. The Louisville Cardinals had a very eventful road trip last week, winning at Cincinnati. Now that's not easy to do. They beat Cincinnati by 6 and then lost by 3 at Memphis. Still a very good trip when you consider playing both Cincinnati and Memphis on the same journey. Louisville is 10 and 3 in conference play. They have not been all that invincible at Freedom Hall this season. They've lost twice to teams that you would think they would beat. UNC Charlotte and Tulane both came in here and walked away with a win.
Yeah, that is surprising when you understand the history of Freedom Hall and Denny Crum. He's 99 and 11, 90% here at Freedom Hall over the years. Yeah, that is sort of unusual for him.
Denny Crum in his 25th year. He is somewhere in that mass of humanity on the Louisville bench. But Denny needs one more win for his 20th different 20-win season at Louisville. Remarkable when you think about it.
It is.
25 of his players have gone on to play in the NBA. Some of those would include Junior Bridgman, Butch Beard, Darrell Griffith, Purvis Ellison, Rodney McCray, Jim Price, Wes Unseld, and that's only a partial list.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wes Unseld, the best of them all. Great player, Rookie of the Year, and MVP in the NBA in his rookie season. But this may be Denny Crum's greatest hour because this season he lost 4 starters, Samaki Walker because of NCAA violations, but Jason Osborne and Alex Sanders were also starters, academically ineligible this season, and Eric Johnson had the left knee injury, but he's taken kids off of the bench and he still comprised this great record. It's a credit to Denny Crum.
Look at that, 364 games over 500 in his magnificent 25-year career as the head man at Louisville. Denny, a former assistant at UCLA under John Wooden, and he graduated from UCLA back in '58. Here we go. We're underway. Marquette in blue, Louisville in white, and the Golden Eagles with the ball as McCaskill won the tip. Aaron Hutchins has it out top.
You know, Pat, we talked about getting the ball inside early.
Pieper penetrates all the way. Scores! Anthony Pieper makes it 2-0 Marquette.
Off the dribble action, penetration. Marquette looking to get inside against this team. They don't have any real shot blockers until Samaki Walker gets in the game.
On the outside, Rogers back to Wheat, then to Sims. He'll arch one up off the back rim. And Pieper hustling for it, knocked it out of bounds. Let's take a look at the starters for the two teams.
Well, DeJuan Wheat is the guy to watch. He's the one that runs the show, averaging over 17 points. But he and Rogers are excellent in the passing lanes. Marquette has to take good care of the ball.
Wheat will arch up a three.
He's a jump shooter. He can penetrate. He can do it all.
Ronnie Eford quickly to the forecourt. It's 3-2 Louisville in the first minute of play. Aaron Hutchins to Anthony Pieper. He'll penetrate again. This time it's blocked out of bounds from behind by Alvin Sims.
They close you down. They may not be able to block a lot of shots, but they are awfully quick. Second time Pieper's been able to get into the paint.
That's a good sign that he's aggressive and taking it to the hole. Hutchins knocks it down for three.
Inside, outside, the guards setting the pace.
Aaron, the top scorer, averaging 13 a game, also the top assist man. Now Louisville with the ball, down by 2. DeJuan Wheat, you might be able to see his right forefinger and middle finger are taped together. He's been bothered by a knuckle injury in the back of his middle finger on the right hand. This ball will still belong to Louisville.
And as you can see, the Marquette defense is really staying at home in the paint. And so far, Louisville not even looking, just trying to pass that ball around the perimeter. But Marquette staying home.
Here's Wheat back to Dantzler, and he's out of bounds. The return pass came too soon.
Turnovers always crucial. Marquette forces one with that great defense again.
Marquette leads 5-3, a minute and a half into the game. Pat Hughes along with Jim Jones. Thanks for being with us tonight. Anthony Pieper feeds the high post McCaskill. Straight up. A little hard. Very hard. Eford knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's not his shot. And Amal is good enough to put the ball on the floor for a couple dribbles and even take a closer shot. That's a little bit out of his range.
He had a great finish at Southern Miss a couple of weeks ago, scoring the last 6 points and blocking a shot down the stretch. He was the Conference USA Player of the Week for his efforts.
Well deserved.
Wheat faked a shot about 35 feet away.
That's what they tried to do the last time down the floor. Weak side alley-oop, and it works.
Alvin Sims on the dunk. The pass from Wheat, and the game is tied 5-5. This is only a 20-second timeout called by Mike Dean. He wants to make sure that play doesn't happen again.
Well, one thing that Marquette has got to do, they've got to do put a little bit more pressure on the passer and the next possible pass. Louisville very patient, passing the ball around very quickly, and you know the ball can move faster than the defense. That was a nice play by Louisville.
You know, when you're sitting on the sidelines watching a play like that, you can see it develop, and you wish there was some way you could say, hey, guys, take a look.
It's coming, fellas. But Alvin Sims, he is really something. Very athletic, undersized, but a lot of heart. Plays bigger than his physical presence.
Man-to-man defensive pressure employed by Louisville. Ronnie Eford gets one to Crawford, baseline right. Too hard. McCaskill jammed off the rim. And here comes Sims. 2-on-1. Feeds to Wheat. Score! Louisville by 2. And a foul on DeJuan Wheat on the dribble.
Excuse me, Pat. You can see the quickness Rogers and Wheat, they are really something in transition. That's how they shoot 50%. They push that ball right down your throat.
Yeah, that was a pretty good percentage shot. McCaskill missed the jam follow.
And they're off to the races.
Yes, they were.
Pushes it up. It wasn't even close.
Hutchins for three. He's got it. Aaron with a quick 6. And Marquette leads 8-7.
Pat, of all the games that we've done, this kid has impressed me in every one of them. He is a tremendous shooter that is learning how to be a playmaker. But tonight, they need his offense, and they need it early. He is setting the pace for the Marquette offense.
Hutchins still bothered a little bit, Jim, by a sore right ankle, but it's not the time of the year that you even think about sitting a game out.
Oh, no, he's too valuable.
Now Louisville down by 1. Early first half, Marquette leads by 1. Sims jammed up, and it's blocked out of bounds. They say that it'll be a Louisville ball.
Yeah, Sims challenging that defense. Very seldom do you get a chance to go all the way against the zone.
Here's a long forced jumper by Tick Rogers, no good. Bozak Smith with the rebound.
Three-point shots are usually long rebounds. Usually your guards should pick those up.
DeJuan Wheat to Damian Densler, back to Wheat. Gets a pick and fires. In by Densler.
Marquette switched back to a man-to-man, and that time it hurt him. Second shot opportunities.
And Louisville leads by 1.
Well, the key to that whole stands was Zach Smith. He got that offensive rebound.
McCaskill spins baseline. Double team. But he still scores with a remarkable shot.
Excellent quickness. Amal, beautiful move. Step through. Zach Smith couldn't handle it. He beat a double team.
He maximized his pivot foot that time, too.
Marquette back to the man-to-man.
Zach Smith, a junior out of Peoria. Now in deep and knocked out of bounds by Marquette. We got 15:28 to play first half. Timeout on the floor. The scoreboard shows Marquette 10 and Louisville 9. Tulane should make the NCAA tourney from all appearances. They lead the red division of Conference USA. Memphis and Louisville are definitely going to go. Charlotte would be one of those teams on the bubble. In fact, with a 4-8 conference mark right now, their chances are rather doubtful. And in the blue division, it would seem that Cincinnati is a sure thing. And Marquette, again, if they can win tonight, they're definitely in. They might be in already. Each of these two teams, Jim, looking forward to a game Saturday. Not that they're looking past this game right here.
No, they can't afford to. But of course, Marquette with Cincinnati.
Right. And Louisville stays right here. University of Massachusetts, UMass, comes in here on Saturday.
Number 2 team in the country.
Yes, sir.
Boy, that would make a season.
Louisville trailing by 1, and the ball thrown away out of bounds.
Marquette defense, they started out playing zone, a 2-3, went back to a man-to-man. They're really confusing Louisville early.
That's Louisville's second turnover. Marquette yet to turn the ball over. This is a quick defensive team for Louisville. Ronnie Eford off balance, gets it to McCaskill. Now Hutchins, then to Pieper. The shot clock down to 15. Pieper in the corner. McCaskill with 8 on the timer. Now to Pieper. He had it partially blocked. Hutchins has it and shoots an air ball. McCaskill will score, and he's fouled. And Marquette fortunate to get a bucket out of that sequence.
And just before they put Samaki Walker in the game, this has been the weakness of this team since they lost their 4 starters. Samaki, of course, is coming back and coming in now, but they've been a weak rebounding team, and the strength of Marquette is their ability to rebound.
And there's the kid, Samaki Walker. He has not played since the middle of January. The NCAA has been investigating an incident in which his father purchased a car. And apparently that situation has been cleared up, and he's back in there. Walker with the rebound after McCaskill missed. Marquette leads by 3. 14.5 minutes to play first half. I heard you chuckling about that car.
Yeah, well, my father bought me a car. There was no problem there.
What kind of a car was it?
A 57 Pontiac.
I don't think that's what Samaki's father bought. Here's Damian Dantzler, and the ball knocked away, stolen by Marquette. Another Louisville turnover. Up court to Pieper, back to Hutchins. Hutchins explodes into the key. Marcel Abraham misses. And a rebound foul over the top on Abraham, I believe. Hey, I like the aggressiveness of Marquette, though, early in the game.
Right, they're looking to get second shot opportunities. Over the last 18 games, Marquette is 16-2 when they out-rebound their opponents. That's how important rebounding is to them. They need to control the boards here on the road to control the pace of this game. They can't afford to let Louisville run up and down the floor.
Jim, that last foul was not on Abraham. Instead, it was on McCaskill. McCaskill sits down. Chris Crawford is in for him.
Well, Abraham will take it.
Yeah. Faisal, a very valuable guy coming off the bench.
Very physical and a shot blocker. Leads the team in block shots. Averages 2 a game.
Now on top is Alvin Sims. Ronnie Eifert guarding him. Ronnie got a piece of the pass stolen by Crawford. Another good defensive play by the Golden Eagles.
Weak side help. That's what it is. Good job by Crawford.
Here's Hutchins all the way. Lay it up, no good. Tipped up, no good by Abraham. And Abraham stayed on it. Faisal kept it alive and made the steal.
I like how Hutchins is pulling the ball back, trying to get the most out of every possession. Don't force it.
He wanted to go to Abraham. It wasn't open, so he fed back out to McCall.
Zach McCall, he can match Rogers in his athleticism.
Crawford missed, gets his own board. Misses again. Abraham stays on it. They couldn't get it to fall.
But good work on the boards. They have a presence on the offensive boards, but you got to start making some of those.
Yeah.
Make them pay.
Yeah, that's a letdown when you get 3 and 4 chances and don't get one to fall. Walker scores. He's fouled. Samaki Walker, 6'9" sophomore from Columbus, Ohio.
And Faisal Abraham just not tall enough. He's physical enough, and he pushes him away, but this kid is so sweet down low with this turnaround Jim Jones jump shot. Watch how he's able to shoot over the top of the good defense by Abrams. Just not big enough.
You only call them Jim Jones shots when they go in.
Oh,
right?
only. You've noticed that, huh?
Hey, Jim, reach for the double G's. Golden Guernsey Dairy products have a fresher, better taste because quality is their main ingredient. People who choose Golden Guernsey just naturally have great taste.
That is a truism.
It's 12-12. 12 and a half minutes to play first half. Zach McCall is open. He got it.
I like it. That's what he gives you off Nitro.
15-12. Marquette leads. That's their third three-pointer. Louisville without a three-pointer so far. Here's a foul away from the ball on Zach McCall.
No, he didn't hold him. He held his ground. He held his ground that time.
Jim, the officials tonight, Larry Lembo, Ron Zetcher, and John Moreau.
Yeah, Brian Kaiser, an excellent three-point shooter, was trying to post up the shorter Zach McCall. Zach is so strong and physical, he wouldn't allow it.
Marquette's got a good bench. When you think about McCall and Abraham.
Yes, they do. They can match up with most teams in the country as far as physical size.
Marquette leads by 3. Louisville looking a little disoriented momentarily.
Marquette's been changing up the defenses now. Marquette back into that man D.
The shot clock down to 15. Walker bounces one down low. Dantzler forced it, but it goes.
Yeah, Crawford right in his face. Nice pass by Samaki Walker.
Eifert on the baseline left to Crawford. Chris will put one up, but he's fouled before the shot.
That's just what they needed. That's what we talked about in the open. The inside action, trying to get something off of their post-up. They've got to go to the line. They cannot allow themselves to be in the same situation they were in St. Louis, Pat.
Talking to the other people with the Marquette program, the Golden Eagles just came out very flat against St. Louis, and I got the feeling that Mike Dean was very intense, more so than he normally is before tonight's game. He did not want another flat performance here tonight.
You're exactly right. He understands the importance of this game. They've got McCaskill at midcourt. Looks like some full court pressure.
Crawford is 71% marksman for the year, knocks down a couple. We've got a timeout with 11:47 to play first half. The score, Marquette leading by 3. There are tickets available for this Saturday's game at the Bradley Center. It's a 1 o'clock game against the vaunted Cincinnati Bearcats. The Marquette Golden Eagles will take on the Bearcats at 1 o'clock this Saturday in the regular season finale. And then it's on to Memphis for the conference tournament beginning next Wednesday. That's a week from tonight. Again, if you love college basketball, Jim, this is the only time of the year right now.
Yeah, it is. This is the most important part of the year.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Pabst Genuine Draft, a proud sponsor of Marquette basketball.
No more pretenders.
Louisville with the ball down by 3 on the resumption of play. 11.5 minutes to play first half. It's Pat Hughes along with former Marquette All-American and NBA star Jim Jones.
Yeah, they've got to stay on Brian Kaiser. He is that instant offense and three-point opportunist.
Wheat almost got the bounce. Abraham, a strong rebound up to Pieper. Then to McCall.
Oh, yeah.
Zach McCall.
Looking good. That's what we're talking about. They can run when they want to. And Zach McCall, probably the most athletic player on this Marquette team. What a lift off the bench.
Wow, 6 points on a couple of long bombs. And Marquette leads by half a dozen. Kaiser bottled up. Now Dantzler. Good defense by Marquette in the first half, Jim.
Yes, it is. They are all over Samaki Walker.
Weak side help by Crawford, knocked it out of bounds.
That's what it's about. Team defense. We talked about that also in the open. They've got to stay on Samaki Walker. They cannot allow him to get off tonight.
You know, Walker has not played in 11 games. Let me ask you this, Jim. Is it a little difficult sometimes to work a guy back into the lineup after that long being out?
Well, you know, with this kid, it's been different because he has been practicing with the team.
Good defense. Another forced shot by Louisville. Rogers missed it. Now the Marquette Golden Eagles with it. Eford a 3. He's got
I
it.
like it. Marquette's on. They got something going, Pat.
They've made 5 out of 6 3-pointers. Marquette by 9. And this big sellout crowd rather quiet right now.
And well, they should be. Marquette on an 8-0 run.
Brian Kaiser, a top of the key jumper, a 2-pointer.
That's what I'm talking about. He can shoot the ball. They can't allow him to get off. He's the one they're going to look to when everybody else is struggling.
Marquette by 7. Crawford baseline left. Too hard on the jumper. Abraham fouled on the muscle return.
You called it. All muscle. Look at those arms on Abraham. He is working the board. You can see some of the strategy that Marquette figured that they had the advantage with size on that front line and not afraid to exploit it tonight. So far in this game, that's the difference. Second shot opportunities and the ability of that front line to do their thing.
McCall gave the club a great lift, and he'll sit down now. Coming in for Louisville is Kaiser. Check it, that's 13, B.J. Flynn, a junior out of Jeffersonville, Indiana. Samaki Walker, playing for the first time since mid-January, will sit down. He did not really dominate matters during his stint of about 7 playing minutes.
No, he's just probably a little bit excited, trying to get the adrenaline out and to slow down. And you can see that Denny Crum is talking to him, trying to get him to settle down.
Faisal Abraham calmly nets a pair. 25-16 Marquette.
They're doing it with defense and some excellent offense. Marquette on a 8-3 run, 8-2 run.
The full court press is broken by Louisville.
Marquette showing them all kinds of different looks.
Flynn, top of the key pass to Rogers. There's Kaiser. Keeper, a leaping rebound.
One shot and that's it.
Crawford, he'll take it to the hole and score. An 11-point Marquette lead.
And Eford with the penetration, finding Crawford, who went directly to the basket.
Marquette playing very well at both ends in the first half.
Well, the intensity is up. This is the most intense that we've seen them all season. They want this game. This is how you get it. This is how you get it on the road. You have to stay aggressive.
Kaiser misses again. The rebound to Crawford. An 11-point Marquette lead. Hutchins setting up the offense. Here's McCaskill. Strong offensive foul on McCaskill.
Oh, that's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. He went down. The defensive player had not yet established his position.
Here it is
You're going to
again.
see the turn. Now, when he turns, he's allowed to make this turn right here. Does see him step up? You see the defender step up? Good Hollywood. It worked.
So the basket does not count. It's an 11-point Marquette lead. Kaiser again. He's not shy.
Oh, no. He's going to shoot till he gets it right. Over the last 8 games, he's averaging 13.5 points.
That was a 3, so it's only an 8-point lead. Eford a 3. Flynn fouled by Hutchins.
That's all right, though. That's better than giving up the easy one. That would have been too easy. And that's Tick Rogers looking down the field right on the money. But watch the hustle by Hutchins. As soon as he gets it, he's looking up. They want to run it. You can see the head of Hutchins turning around, was able to put a hand on it.
Timeout called. 7:54 to play in the half. So far, so good for the Golden Eagles. We'll be right back. Jim, part of the game plan tonight for Marquette was to pound that ball inside because they have the size advantage. But when you can shoot like that from long distance, you might want to change the game plan a little bit and keep on launching.
Well, I'll tell you what, the play of McCaskill and Crawford and the second shots by Abrams helped establish that perimeter game. They had to be concerned with the inside play, and really that's what helps open up the perimeter for them. And they've got the inside-out action, and they've got it all going on right now. Now they've got to just maintain the defense. Right now, Marquette playing with a lot of confidence.
Louisville in white, Marquette in blue. If Marquette can win tonight, it's almost a lead pipe cinch that they go to the NCAA tournament.
Boy, that was a long 5 seconds.
Yeah, the ball has to touch somebody on the floor within 5 seconds.
I know that baby was about 6.
I think so. On the outside, Wheat to Kaiser, bumped by Pieper with the body. Another body bump. Then he scores and he's fouled.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Kaiser is out there to shoot the ball. He has an excellent touch. He's shown you some three-point range. Now he's showing you some post-up. He has the size advantage. Now watch when he makes the turn. Watch when he makes the turn. Now when he pivots away from the basket, the hesitation. That's what surprised Pieper.
As we come back live, the free throw is missed, but Louisville with the rebound. And now a missed shot, and Ronnie Eford has it for Marquette. It's only a 6-point lead. Ronnie Eford, short. Rebound Louisville. Flynn scores.
Transition, basket, that's not what they want. If you make them, they're fine, but when you miss them in transition, you can see what Louisville will do.
Marquette calls a timeout. Louisville on a run. 7:14 to play in the half. The lead is down to 4. Louisville has scored 7 straight, and they're down by only 4 with just over 7 minutes to play in the half. We invite you to see the 4x4 of the year, the 1996 Grand Cherokee, at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer today. Denny Crum in his 25th season here at Louisville led the Cardinals to NCAA titles in both 1980 and 1986. He was an assistant at UCLA in championship seasons in 1969, 70, and 71 under the legendary John Wooden. Now Marquette shooting the ball well in the first half. They lead by 4. Abraham right under. Missed it. And Eford hustles it down.
Yes, he does. Another opportunity. Both teams giving up the second shot opportunities.
Now Hutchins will feed Pieper, and then Hutchins breaks to the other side. Aaron's got it. The leading scorer and playmaker. Not much movement away from the ball right now.
No, there isn't. They're going to set up again. Looks like one-on-one to me.
Hutchins will launch one.
Yes.
He's got another one.
Right in your face. He has been the difference when things have slowed down or they've needed a basket. Hutchins has come through big time.
He's got 9 on 3 bombs. And Marquette's lead is 7. Kaiser will feed Tick Rogers. Short. I didn't hear you say that was a Jim Jones shot.
No, that definitely wasn't there. I don't want to take any credit for that. Tick, I've got nothing against you, but that's not the kind of shot I would have taken.
Now Mike Dean is out on the floor arguing vehemently.
Well, look to your right or to your left in the picture. You're going to see something happen. Now watch right here. It's not over yet. He tries to step over him, and he grabs his leg. Little Hollywood action by Zach. And it works.
B.J. Flynn called for a technical foul. Ronnie Eford will have 2 free throws at the other end. Or are they going to let Hutchins shoot it?
Yeah, Hutchins is going to shoot. But you see right here, he's trying to step over. He's got his hands out to show through his body language that nothing is going to happen. I'm going to try to get away from him. But a little frustration by Flynn. It's part of the competition. Just let it get away from him. But this is a very important game for both of these teams. Louisville probably already in, but they want to have some momentum for the game that's going to be played this weekend.
You know, that's a good point, Jim. No matter if you're already a lock, you want to keep on playing as well as you possibly can so that you're playing your best ball of the year when that NCAA tournament begins.
And Denny Crum's teams are famous for that. Their February and March runs.
There's a turnover.
Yeah.
Pieper and Abraham misread each other a little bit.
Yeah, you can't be careless. This is one of those nights where you cannot afford to be careless. He was open. You got to get him the ball.
Mike Bargan, a freshman out of Nebraska, will replace Anthony Pieper for a moment. Bargan played high school ball in Lincoln, Nebraska, all state. Marquette's lead is 8.
Well, they're putting him right under the gun because he's got to guard the hot Kaiser.
Abraham called for the foul away from the ball on Zach Smith.
Makes you want to say, what did he do? Probably beat him up a little bit. Abrams is so strong, but I didn't see anything.
That's the 7th team foul, Jim, so it's a 1-and-1.
With 5 to go.
Yeah. 1-and-1.
This is when you want to be aggressive on the offensive end. When you know you got the bonus situation on your side, and you really want to be able to go to the hole and try to draw something.
That's a clank. And Smith gets his own rebound.
Over the back.
Flynn. Loose ball. Open is Kaiser. He'll shoot it.
Oh, yeah. He's got the range and the touch. That's why he's in there.
The Marquette lead, half a dozen. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first half. This has been a good ball game to watch here in Louisville tonight. Crawford.
Nice shot.
Gets his own board. And it's blocked from behind. And a pushing foul on Faisal Abraham.
Well, Marquette has got a problem. And the problem is, you can see Mike Dean. Crawford on the second shot was hit from behind, no call. But on the rebound, Abrams barely touches Flynn and who Hollywoods and gets the call. But this is what life on the road is like. This is something Marquette is going to have to overcome. And the way you overcome it is you got to play better. You have to pay attention to detail.
It's a 1-and-1 for Flynn. No good. Marquette catching another break right there.
Yeah, that was a brick.
1 for 4 for Louisville from the line. Hutchins another 3. He's got his 4th three-pointer of the first half.
In your face again. Hutchins, just when you think Louisville's going to make it all the way back, Hutchins puts a dagger in their hearts.
Aaron with a dozen first half points. A 9-point Marquette lead. Flynn, pump fake, almost traveled. Kaiser, nobody open. Wheat, the leading scorer, bothered by that bad finger, I have to believe. Dantzler scores.
Good shot by Dantzler. Under control. Was able to hit that mid-range jumper.
Abraham traveling.
Take the shot, big fella. You had him where you needed him. A jump hook would have been perfect. Look at Coach Dean. Now you see why he's got all that gray hair. When you get that close to the basket, you almost assume with Abrams' physical strength, he's either going to make the basket or get fouled. And he traveled.
Richard Shaw into the Marquette lineup. Shaw, a 6'11" sophomore from LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. He's number 34 in the blue. Kaiser, oh, he loves to shoot. His feet inside, and the layup, no good. Rebound to Ronnie Eifert. Sims missed a cripple.
They've missed a couple free throws, and now they've missed a basket there.
Here's a foul in the backcourt on Ronnie Eifert.
He's going to shoot it, but you know what? That might be the best strategy. Put Louisville on the free throw line. Don't give up the easy layups on turnovers. Oh, but look at right here. Bargan was open down low. Here's the pass, but before he can get it up the court, oh, look at, they had a 2-on-1 on Hutchins.
At the line is a sophomore from Chicago, Damian Dantzler. He's the top rebounder for the Cardinals, and he nets the first. Louisville, number 21 in the latest AP poll, and number 18 in the USA Today CNN poll, looking for their 20th win.
Well, better to give up one than two.
I've always said that.
Oh, yes. In fact, I stole it this week.
You can keep it.
Thank you.
Hutchins almost traveled. A defender got his hand on the ball. That's why they did not call traveling.
And look what they've done. They put a bigger player on Hutchins. They got Sims on him, and Sims is excellent as far as stealing the ball.
Hutchins another one. He finally missed after 4 successes. And the rebound to Dantzler. The Cardinals down by 6. Kaiser. He likes to go cross court with his passing. Nice reach by Crawford to knock it away. Hutchins has it. Aaron to Crawford. Then to Pieper. Pieper yet to knock down a long one.
Don't force it.
Jared Levette into the game. Touched the ball for the first time.
Mike Dean not afraid to use his whole bench.
Steal by Dantzler. Eifert stole it from him. Now to Pieper. Baseline drive. And the ball knocked out of bounds.
What a game. Back and forth. Over the last 5 minutes, neither team able to establish anything. Marquette went on the 8-0 run. Then Louisville comes right back on a 7-0 run. And now in the last 3 minutes, neither team having the ability to really get it done. No consistency.
Marquette leads by 6. They want to make sure that they hang on to this lead in the last 2.5 minutes of the half. As well as they played, they don't want to go to the locker room trailing at intermission.
Yes, you're right about that. You're right about that. Crawford trying to take the smaller Wheat on the little turnaround. Wheat is a scrappy little guy. Got a hand on the ball.
Here's McCall. He's knocked down a couple of long ones.
He was the spark early.
His second three-pointer from the far side on that transition is one of the biggest baskets they've had all night.
2 passes and up.
Eifert straight away. He's short on his long shots tonight. That's 3 that he's hit the front rim on.
He's getting good looks.
Yeah.
And he's been hot as of late. 16 points a game over the last 7.
A fresh 35 for the Golden Eagles. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Aaron Hutchins getting a breather here.
Well deserved.
Well, you can really notice when he's not in the game, though, can't you?
Yes. Well, he's always a threat to penetrate.
Eifert pump fake. Off balance shot, no good. Long rebound. Crawford had a piece of it and lost it out of bounds.
Let's see if they call a push. Oh, no. Good hustle by Crawford, though. In fact, good hustle by both players, Kaiser and Crawford.
A minute and a half to play in the half. Marquette by half a dozen. McCall guarding Wheat. Then to Kaiser. Open is Tick Rogers. Keeper never gave up on that ball. Feeds McCall, who lost it out of bounds.
Oh, he had it. He had an easy layup there, but the hustle by Pieper made it possible. You called it, Pat. He didn't give up on it. He fought for that one all the way.
Each team now with 6 turnovers, coming up on a minute to play in the half.
Back and forth.
Dwayne Streeter into the Marquette lineup. There's a foul on Levette before that dunk try by Samaki Walker.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a lid on that basket. Marquette, and I know it's not by design, they are not giving Louisville any easy shots in the half court or even in transition. And when in doubt, they've been fouling them and putting them on the line, and it hasn't hurt them.
Walker measures and misses. Hey, stay ahead of the game, Jim. Contact the Golden Eagles ticket office at 288-7127 for 1996-97 season tickets. Marquette basketball, your ticket to good times. Again, that number 288-7127. Marquette's lead is 5. Jared Levette to Zach McCall. Back to Levette. Bounce one down low. The ball knocked away. Here comes DeJuan Wheat. And a dunk is missed by Sims, but a foul on the play.
There's a lid on it. There's a lid on it. And Marquette hasn't scored a basket since 450. And turnovers like this won't help. But look at once again, just when you think Louisville has an easy score, there's a lid on that basket. Sims will go to the line, and that's where they have really struggled in this first half. And Louisville has only had 4 points since 5:20. So the bottom has fallen out of the game for both of these teams. It's become a defensive struggle.
Hutchins comes in for the final 38 seconds. You look for Marquette to play for one shot here with only 38 to go.
Yeah, I would, and that's it. And you're right. And I see you, Jeff. That's why they've got Hutchins back in there. He's a triple threat, and they can run some time off that clock. Yeah, but did you see the miss by Sims? It wasn't close at all.
It was a clank. Another miss. What are they from the line? 3 for 10.
That's the only thing that's saving Marquette right now, because they have definitely gone to the line.
It would appear that the Golden Eagles are going to hold it for the last shot, and they've got the guy with the ball that they want to control the ball. That's Aaron Hutchins.
About a 2.5-second difference on the clock.
You can see the numbers right there. And with about 5 on the timer now, Hutchins will take a long shot. Oh, he's got another one.
Oh, my.
And that'll be the end of the half. A missed shot by Samaki Walker. A huge three-pointer by Aaron Hutchins, who had a brilliant 16-point first half on 5 for 6 shooting from beyond the three-point arc. It's very quiet here in front of a sellout crowd at Freedom Hall, some 19,000 fans. But it's Marquette leading by 8 at the break for intermission. We're going to talk with Marquette assistant coach Bo Ellis. He knows something about playing in front of big crowds. Back with Bo in a minute. Welcome back to Freedom Hall. Pat Hughes along with Jim Jones. It is intermission here in Kentucky. The Marquette Golden Eagles lead by a score of 37-29. All things considered, Jim Jones, I think that head coach Mike Dean and his staff have to be very pleased with that first half.
Yeah, I think so, because they did a lot of the things that they wanted to do. They got a little inside action, they got a lot of outside action, and they played good defense. And on the other end, Louisville really struggled from the free throw line down the stretch.
We're going to take a look at some of the Ameritech halftime statistics, I believe, here momentarily. And there they are. Look at Marquette shooting from three-point distance. It's the third line down. Marquette 8 out of 13. And that's why Marquette leads by 8 at halftime. Aaron Hutchins alone is 5 out of 6 shooting behind the arc. That's big-time shooting.
It is, and if you look at Louisville, they've got 13 points off the bench, and a big part of that was Kaiser. That kid can really shoot the ball.
You made a very good point. The fact that Mike Dean, in a game like this, kind of an up-tempo ball game, Jim, you use a lot of energy, and you can get tired about midway through the second half unless you substitute freely, and Coach Dean was able to do that in the first half.
Yes, he was. He used 11 players, and 11 players seemed to be the difference. You know what? They all contributed. You know, that's sort of unusual pressure game. You need people to play defense. You need people to score. He went 11 deep and got something from everybody.
Yeah, Zach McCall came off the bench. Faisal Abraham crashed the boards, as he always does. Let's take a look at the hustle board here at halftime, the Jeep Eagle hustle board, and those are some of the numbers in steals, blocks, and assists.
Well, we're not going to fool you. A lot of this stuff happened early. The last 7 or 8 minutes, there was a struggle just to get it down to the other end, the other team's end of the floor. But early in the game, Marquette did a great job of establishing what they wanted to do, and that has carried them. And when you're on the road, you want to get your point across first, and Marquette did. They had some inside stuff, and of course they had the great perimeter shooting.
Aaron Hutchins leads all the scoring in the game with a total of 16 points. But before we look at the individual scoring, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights of the first half.
Yeah, you can see over the top that Sims scores, but then also Sims passing to Wheat. But they do a good job of passing the ball around the middle, and there's the only basket in 10 minutes of play, Samaki Walker, and then there's Zach in transition shooting the big three, and we've got 2 more threes to show you. There's Efer. See, they sagged off of them, protecting on the inside, and left Marquette open on the perimeter, and there's another three by Hutchins, who had 16 points in the first half.
By far the leading scorer in half number 1, Aaron Hutchins. McCall came off the bench for half a dozen. Crawford and McCaskill 4 each. Kaiser, a substitute for the Cardinals, with 9 to lead Louisville. We're just about ready for half number 2. Now, what do you look for from a strategy standpoint and a Marquette standpoint here in the second half, Jim?
Well, both teams struggled, and I know that Denny Crum and Coach Dean said to the guys, boys, we need to reestablish some consistencies that we had early in that first half, meaning that they've got to do more in the half-court set. When both teams are forced to play half-court, they've got to get some points out of it. Marquette struggled toward the end of the half as well as Louisville.
Do you look for Marquette to pound it inside, or, since they shot so very well from long range, to keep on sniping out there?
Yeah, but I thought they had balance. I thought they did try to work the ball inside first. They weren't coming down consistently taking bad shots from the outside and giving Louisville those opportunities to run. They were very patient in their half court. They must continue to do that. Take what's given.
Here we go. Half number 2. Louisville with the ball at the outset of play. Marquette's lead is 8. Again, if Marquette can win tonight, they should be a lock for the NCAA tournament. Louisville with Tick Rogers, then to DeJuan Wheat. Wheat forces it, and it goes. DeJuan Wheat scores the first basket of the second half.
And that's the way he started the game. Wheat was only 2 of 5 in that first half.
Hutchins penetrates, pulls up. Crawford the rebound. Crawford fouled on the follow-up.
Nice penetration by Hutchins. Sweet offensive rebound by Crawford, going high, 6'9". And now let's hope that Marquette can cash it in. And cashing it in this second half is going to be on the free throw line.
Crawford, a pitcher in the Houston Astros minor league system. He pitched for their rookie league team a year ago, the Gulf Coast Astros. Big kid, 6'9", out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Averaging 11 for the year, but he missed the first free throw. He's hitting about 71% for the season.
Tell you what, is that Cliff Rozier? Yeah, it's Clifford Rozier. All-American here for 2 years for Denny Crum. now playing with the Golden State Warriors. In fact, I did that game the other day and I saw him play. What a big kid. A lot of ability. Full court pressure. Looks like a trap. Setting it up. Here it comes.
McCaskill sets the double team, but now they swing it to the other side. Sims to Wheat, and Louisville sets it up. The crowd has not really been a major factor tonight yet. And they've got a sellout of just under 19,000 here this evening.
Marquette fell back into a 2-3 matchup zone.
Sims banked it, no good. McCaskill, a well-timed rebound. Up court to Hutchins, then to Eifert. One-on-one. Ronnie all the way. Bank it up, no good. Long rebound taken down by Sims. We go the other way. Sims 1-on-2. Takes it to the middle.
Nowhere to go.
Leaves it to nobody, and it's saved nicely by Wheat.
It was a 2-on-1, and he had nowhere to go. He just gave the ball up before he traveled.
Wheat all the way and scored.
Sweet move by Wheat, just threading the needle, finding that little angle, that little hole, and with his quickness, he doesn't need much space.
It's only a 5-point lead. A 20-second timeout called by Mike Dean. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Pabst Genuine Draft, a proud sponsor of Marquette basketball. This is a good timeout by Coach Dean right here.
It is, because what he's telling these guys in essence is we must pay attention to detail. We've had opportunities and we've blown them. Don't forget what got us here in the first half. That sweet start in the first half was caused by excellent inside-outside action, which opened up their perimeter game. You don't need much from the inside to make things work for you on the outside.
Hutchins had that brilliant first half shooting. It'll be interesting to see how many shots he gets here in the second half, because you know he wants to shoot, Jim. You've been in that situation where you know it's your night. You're hitting everything.
Yeah, I don't think we can stop him. He's too quick off the dribble.
McCaskill blocked and fouled. Bozak Smith tried to block it from behind and was called for the foul.
That's right, and the big fella, nice little slip play right here. Now he's going to come over. Good action. Somebody picked for him away. There's the foul by Zach Smith. I tell you what, he could have laid that baby in. If he didn't want to dunk it, if he'd laid it in, he maybe would have had a 3-point opportunity rather than just a 2 here. There are the numbers.
The lead is half a dozen for Marquette.
You might call McCaskill a second-half player. He has really done the job over the last 5 or 6 games in the second half.
He made one, he missed one. The lead is 39-33 for Marquette.
Marquette shot 70% in that first half from the free throw line. They need to do a little bit better than that in the second.
Again, a little bit of disorientation on the part of the Cardinals. They don't really look like they know what they want to do right here.
Well, they can't figure out what Marquette is in.
Marquette confusing them, I think, with that matchup zone you mentioned earlier. A forced shot, no good by Dantzler, but an offensive rebound by Rogers. Back to Dantzler. Wheat, he'll force one. Long rebound. Eifert's got it. And a foul, I believe. Yeah, that's a foul on
Zach Smith. And there's Eifert getting a long rebound. A lot of long rebounds tonight. That's when you need your guards and your small forwards to pick some of those babies up. And he does.
Samaki Walker comes back in.
Played 10 minutes in the first half.
Now Aaron Hutchins, the leading scorer in the game with the ball. He's got 16 points. Marquette's lead is 6. Pieper has it jarred loose by Sims.
Well, that's Sims' thing, man. You have got to be careful. Sims averaging 4 steals a game over the last 5 or 6. Plays those passing lanes, very aggressive.
After scoring the first basket of the game, Pieper has not scored since. Now the timer down to 7 seconds. Here's Crawford. They got to throw something up right now. Crawford. Eifert, the rebound. McCaskill shot no good, and it's out of bounds off Eifert. They've missed 3 shots.
Oh my, that's the way they started the first half. hitting the offensive boards. You like to see that, but you got to start making those babies, and that's what coaches say. I like it, fellas, but it's not good enough tonight. You got to can some of those second shot opportunities.
Marquette leads by 6. Samaki Walker, and a foul away from the ball called against Hutchins. Well, it's only his second.
Coach D can't understand it because down at this end, they're jumping out on Aaron every time there's any two-man action, and that's what Aaron is saying. Look, I bumped him, but look, they're bumping me down at the other end. All we want is the same call. That's what Coach Dean is politicking for right there.
Weed, a jump pass to Densler. They'll let him have that one all night. Walker blocked by McCaskill. He got nothing but leather.
Averaging 1.8 a game. Long arm of the law.
Hutchins. A lot of contact, nothing called. Eford right under, has it blocked by Walker, out of bounds.
I can't believe it. Did you see Hutchins get hit?
Wow.
They wiped him out.
Nothing called. 15:47 to play. We're coming right back to Kentucky. Marquette leads by half a dozen. Marquette takes on Cincinnati 1 o'clock this Saturday at the fabulous Bradley Center in downtown Milwaukee. Don't miss the excitement as Marquette battles one of the top teams in the country. It's the regular season finale. For tickets, call 276-4545. That's 276-4545. There will be a nice crowd, undoubtedly.
Oh yes,
in Milwaukee on Saturday afternoon. But there are tickets remaining, so don't wait too much longer.
Yeah, Bobby Huggins would love to end the season on an up note, but playing at Marquette, where they are 15-0 this season, and was it 13-0 in the Bradley?
Yep, perfect at home, Jim. Absolutely. Marquette leading by 6. We get back into the action. We're in the second half. 15.5 minutes to play. Aaron Hutchins all the way. Score.
Oh, man. He took the whole team to the basket. He took the whole team to the basket. What guts.
Sims on the outside for Louisville. Now Brian Kaiser, the shooter, number 3 in the white jersey, is back into the game. Denny Crum trying to pump a little offense into the lineup. There's Kaiser, then to Samaki Walker. He missed the shot, gets his own rebound and jams.
3 Marquette players around the ball, no one grabbing it, but Samaki staying home. He can make a difference.
Here's Pieper. Anthony wants to shoot, out to Hutchins.
They got time, no problem.
6-point lead for Marquette. 14.5 minutes to play. The shot clock down to 6. Here's Crawford, straight away. Crawford almost followed it in. It's a Marquette ball. Walker lost it out of bounds.
Marquette must be doing something right. That should have been an easy Louisville rebound. Marquette with another chance to get it right. Crawford's got to hit that shot. They're double teaming Hutchins on any two-man situation.
Hutchins too hard on the jumper. Didn't look like he was completely squared up when he shot it. Weed all the way, misses. Walker tied up by McCaskill.
Oh yes. Quick hands by the big man. Marquette possession also.
Great play by Amal McCaskill. He is second on the Marquette career list in blocked shots. Only Jim McIlvain had more. That's his 3rd rejection tonight. And a foul on Damian Densler.
Yeah, Densler on any two-man action, he really jumps out there on you. You have to protect the ball because he's coming. But look at the action right here. Wheat with another one of those patented drives. Samaki staying home. Look at, oh, good call. Amal right on the ball. Can't argue with that one.
Both teams really stiffening up on defense. McCaskill charging.
No one came to help him. No one came to help him, so he tried to create something. Nothing was wrong with that. Just a little bit too aggressive, dipping that shoulder. You can't leave him out there alone from the top of the key. Give him help.
The game was so freewheeling in the first half, but now it's become a real struggle, Jim.
Yeah, it has.
Very few easy buckets to be had by either team.
Well, they both have figured out what the other wants to do. Now they need to counter it. There's Brian Kaiser. Remember, he had the sweet first half with 9 points off the bench.
Sims in the key almost traveled. Dantzler along one, good. Now it's only a 3-point lead for Marquette. And the crowd becoming more and more of a factor. Anthony Pieper. Hutchins on the bench for a moment. Marquette could really use a basket right here. McCaskill. Too hard. Crawford runs it down and bangs it off the leg of Wheat.
Oh, yes.
Excellent play by Chris Crawford.
Good head work there. He couldn't get it, so he hit it off of the Louisville player. Another opportunity. Just about a minute rest for Hutchins. You can see how they are without it. That Louisville defense got a lot more aggressive when Hutchins left the game.
Sims overplays and knocks it out of bounds.
I've been telling you, Sims is an excellent player on the ball and away from the ball. He plays the passing lanes very well. Marquette with only 5 seconds to shoot once they get it in.
Crawford is knocked down. The ball is out of bounds.
Oh, my.
No foul call.
What was that about?
Crawford was tackled on the far side.
Look at Dean. He can't believe it. He can't believe it.
The lead by Marquette is only 3.
Believe it. They didn't blow the whistle.
Louisville with the ball. Here's Kaiser. Then to Sims. Here's Walker. It's a 1-point game.
Abrams is just not big enough. He's strong enough, but just not quick enough. They need to have McCaskill on him.
Hutchins. Abraham. Blocked out of bounds by Walker.
But that's all right. He gives Marquette another opportunity to get this thing right.
The shot clock is 32. Marquette still leading, but they've really gone flat on offense in the second half.
You see the block there by Samaki Walker making his presence felt on the defensive end. But he's signaling to Denny Crum that he's tired.
Marquette has scored only 4 points in 8 minutes in the second half.
Give Louisville some credit. They have really tightened up their defense.
Anthony Pieper, he's got one. A very big bucket for the Golden Eagles.
And even then, 2 people flying at Pieper. They are trying to get next to the shooters. They are determined not to let Marquette explode from the perimeter.
Walker scores again.
He's got the touch. How good would this team have been if they would have had him all season?
McCaskill fouled on the overplay. Dantzler went for the steal and committed the foul.
Dantzler, very aggressive player. He and Sims are very, very aggressive away and on the ball. That's been the key to their defense so far in the second half.
Jim, we got a timeout. A tight one in Louisville. We'll be right back. Marquette having a tough time knocking it down in the second half. 2 out of 14. Louisville, on the other hand, just under 50%. Hey, if you've been waiting to get caller ID, voicemail, or other great Ameritech services, stop waiting. You can try them free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-709-LINK. Just over 11 minutes to play. Pat Hughes and Jim Chones with you. Hutchins all the way. Missed it. Eford lost it out of bounds.
Tell you what, that should have been goaltending. anytime you hit that net and that ball is on the rim, and that ball was hit by a Louisville Cardinal player, that should have been called goaltending. That was very obvious that time. But once again, Hutchins able to beat Wheat off the dribble and get to the basket.
Hutchins setting up the offense. Marquette, again, if they win tonight, they're a cinch for the NCAA tourney. Crawford forced it. Eford scores on the follow-up. Right place, right time.
Yeah, get it done any way that you can. Second shot opportunities.
Here's Wheat blowing right by Hutchins, and it's followed up. No good. A return shot by Tick Rogers, no good.
Doing unto them what unto Marquette would have been done unto them, and that's second shot opportunities. But little bitty Wheat, I guess he's had enough of Hutchins flying past him, and he's going to go to the basket, but McCaskill is there. Now watch this thing bounce. Good timing. The second time, almost. But see that net? Anytime you interfere with the net and the ball is on the rim, and once again it was a Louisville player. You can see it from here. Let's see if they hit the net. See him swipe it? See, when he hits the net like that, that's supposed to be goaltending. That's a fundamental rule.
Denny Crum thought a Marquette player hit the net as Rogers missed the first. Marquette's lead is 3, and now it's 2.
Coach doesn't see the basket as well as he used to after 25 years.
He's seen a lot of great times here in Louisville.
Oh, yeah. How do you stay 25 years? You win.
Yeah. Denny Crum has taken the Cardinals to the NCAA tournament 16 of the last 19 years. It's a bigger story when they don't go. Crawford. And it's loose on the floor, and a front and back court violation called because Pieper touched it in the back court.
Yeah, Marquette has got to be careful because Louisville is putting a tremendous amount of physical defensive pressure on them, and that's when mistakes and bad decisions happen. Now, he skirted that ball right up the middle of the floor. There was no need to do that. It's better to pick the ball up or get called for traveling or whatever. Poise is so important right now. When you're on the road and the team is attacking you with the physical defensive pressure, you have to keep your head.
It's a 10-minute situation now. A 2-point Marquette lead. The jumper no good by Wheat. Here come the Golden Eagles. Ronnie Eford scores very gracefully. Beautiful play.
McCaskill to Hutchins to Eford. Oh, they made that look easy. Maybe it was.
Ronnie gliding for the bucket. Eford with a total of 7 in the game. The lead is 4. 9.5 minutes to play. And that quieted the crowd down considerably. Rogers forced it. Let him shoot that one all night.
You called it. You called it, but that's what pressure will do.
Hutchins with the ball for Marquette.
This is where they've struggled. Marquette has struggled in the half court.
Here's a defensive foul on Sims, I believe. It is on Sims, guarding Eford.
And that's a real battle, too, between those two.
Hey, Jim, that's their 6th team foul with 9 minutes plus to go. Marquette with only 3 team fouls.
Yeah, 1 more to go, and they're on the line.
Yeah, Marquette could shoot a lot of free throws from here on out.
Well, that's what happens when you play defense and you start to get physical and aggressive.
The Golden Eagles lead is 4. Hutchins with 18 in the game, all but 2 in the first half. Here's another turnover. Sims for Louisville to Walker. He almost traveled. McCaskill knocked it away.
Oh, man, is McCaskill on it? Because that's a sweet move by Samaki Walker. A nice drop step. If he only had a left hand, maybe he would have gotten that one off. But McCaskill made him pay.
4 blocked shots for Amal McCaskill tonight. Nice cut by Dantzler. He's fouled on the way to the bucket by Crawford.
Something else about Walker. He can pass the ball.
Good eyes.
Yes, it was. Good read. It's invaluable to have a big man that can also pass besides score, at least be able to give the ball up. You can see Denny Crum on the sideline coaching Samaki Walker all the way. You know he wants to have him for that tournament when it starts in a week.
Chancellor will have a couple right here. Too hard on the first. Dave DeGrace, our statistician, tells us that Louisville for the night 4 out of 13 from the line. That'll keep a head coach wide awake in the middle of the night.
Well, if they'd have made just half as many, they would have the lead by now.
As it is, Marquette leads by 3. The super sub Faisal Abraham comes back in. Chris Crawford sits down. Zach McCall, another super sub in the game for Marquette. Oh, would Marquette love to win here tonight? They've played well for the most part in a very tough building. Freedom Hall in Louisville. Thanks for joining us tonight. Pieper fouled on the way to the bucket, and Anthony will have 2. And that's the 7th team foul against Louisville. It's free throws from here on in for the Golden Eagles.
And this is where Marquette could win this game. This is a very aggressive and physical Louisville defense. And they're going to put you on the line, and you've got to make them pay.
Pieper, a fine marksman for the Eagles all year, and he is perfect on number 1. A reminder, you can see the 4x4 of the year, the 1996 Grand Cherokee, at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer today. Pieper calmly swishing a pair, and it's a 5-point Marquette lead. We're down to 8 minutes. You look for them to keep going inside to Walker.
Yeah, he is the strength right now. They're not getting much from the perimeter.
The timer down to 12 seconds. Kaiser has not been open in the second half. Here's a foul away from the ball on one of the Eagles. Who's it against? Abraham, I believe, or McCaskill.
Oh, I don't believe it.
It's on Amal McCaskill. That's his 4th.
That's a terrible call. That's one of those phantom calls. No one saw that one.
Jim, we got 7:47 to play in the game, but McCaskill with his 4th foul. Let's see if he stays in when we come back. Marquette leads by 5. 7:47 to play. McCaskill's foul, however, a minute ago was number 4. And I believe Mike Dean is going to sit him down. He will. McCaskill on the bench. Chris Crawford comes back in. So
Yeah,
go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of a lead, a 5-point cushion. It's only 7 minutes left in this game. If he can buy some time, if they could give some support inside, you know, against Samaki Walker, then that'll definitely help them until the big fella can return.
On the resumption of play, Louisville in possession. DeJuan Wheat over to Kaiser. Kaiser has not even shot in the second half. Here's Walker. He'll score.
They might have to go to a zone so they can really give some support inside. But Samaki Walker is a talent. He has made a difference in the second half.
Now Marquette leading by only 3. Aaron Hutchins getting a little bit of a breather. Pieper wide open. Couldn't get it to go.
Samaki Walker with the big rebound.
Wheat, 17-footer. And the rebound by Ronnie Eford.
I think that quick shot hurt him.
Yeah.
Samaki Walker's been the difference. Why hurry a shot when you can always get that? They're 3 of 13 from threes and 0 of 3 in the second half.
Crawford takes up strong. It's blocked by Walker. 6.5 minutes to play. Louisville down by 3. Marquette trying to hang on and all but lock up an NCAA tournament berth. Here's Walker again. He can tie the game with a free throw.
And he can't guard it. There's no way Abrams can guard him man-to-man. He's got to get some help from his teammates. And no sooner said than McCaskill's going to come back in the game. See, he's just too big. Those long arms, he's got a 7-foot reach. And he's strong down low. You can see him right there. Samaki Walker, only a sophomore. You're looking at an All-American next season for sure. Those are big-time moves inside.
Walker can tie the game with a free throw. McCaskill back in. 6:15 to play. It's a new game at Freedom Hall. It's the first tie since 5-5 way back in the first half. Aaron Hutchins back in for the Golden Eagles.
Let's see how Marquette plays this thing.
Keeper fouled by Tick Rogers. And it's a shooting situation. 1-1 for Anthony Pieper.
Oh, and that has hurt Louisville because they only need one so they can be in the bonus also. But right here is a chance, as we talked about right at the half. This is what this game always seems to come down to when teams are on the road. You have to make your free throws to win the games.
It's a 1-1. Nothing but string music right there for Anthony Pieper, the all-time leading scorer in the history of Wisconsin high school hoops. 3,391 points. He averaged 38 as a senior at Wasaki High. Had 59 in a high school game. Led his team to the state title in 1993, and he gives Marquette a 2-point lead.
And Shaw has just come in the game for Amal McCaskill. Marquette stays in the man-to-man.
Will they go to Walker? Crawford overplayed and steals.
There was pressure on the ball. It wasn't an easy pass that time.
Eford will fire. Yes!
Good job. That's a three-pointer.
They're jumping up and down on the Marquette bench. It's a 5-point Golden Eagle lead.
And they have answered the tie.
5.5 minutes to play. Do we keep it here? We're going to go to a break and come right back. Stay tuned.
And here's the action right here. They're pushing the ball up the floor. This is the only success Marquette has been the transition offense. There they get a wide open look. And that's a big three after the 49-49 tie. I know Dean has to say, look at the boys stepped up that time. They scored 5 quick points.
That's Marquette's 9th three-pointer of the night. Good for 27 points, exactly half of their total of 54. They lead by 5 with 5.5 minutes to play. Another reminder, see the 4x4 of the year, the 1996 Grand Cherokee at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer today.
Look at the double team. Marquette, they switch it to a zone. I like it.
They're packing it in against Walker. They don't want him to score on one-on-one plays.
You're exactly right. They're going to force Louisville to shoot from the outside if they can.
Cross court, broken up into Walker, and he scores anyway.
Good touch. They showed some patience, but Kaiser with the little touch pass made the difference.
Yeah.
That pass was just quick enough. The defense just couldn't get there.
Crawford a three. The 10th three-pointer of the night.
That's the only thing that Louisville is giving up. 3 is always better than 2.
Marquette's lead half a dozen, Jim. 4.5 minutes to play. It's kind of quiet here at Freedom Hall.
That's right, it is all. Make them shoot outside.
Shaw committing a foul.
Well, he just fell. But I tell you what, he's going to go through the line, and this is going to be the hardest 2 points that they've had to make all night, because Dantzler is really struggling also from the free throw line.
That'll be a 1-and-1 for Damian Dantzler. This building has been the site of 6 different Final Fours. Freedom Hall here at Louisville. They've had the Final Four here in 1958 and 59, 62, 63, 67, and 69.
He's 0 of 4. Now he's 1 of 5. But as a team, they're only 7 of 16. What a difference those extra free throws could have made.
Always. The lead is 5. McCaskill in, Shaw out. Dantzler, the sophomore from Chicago, the top Cardinal rebounder, makes a pair. No pressure defensively by Louisville as Hutchins brings it into the forecourt. Ronnie Eford, the senior. Good movement away from the ball. Eford on the block.
He's got it.
Eford missed the shot, and now Louisville down by 4 with under 4 minutes.
He had him. He just shot it short.
Wheat drives baseline. He missed the shot, and Eford with the rebound. And he's fouled by Samaki Walker.
2 more free throw opportunities for Marquette. That ball seemed to hang on that rim. Samaki just a little bit too aggressive. Some of those you just have to let go. I know you want to try to get every one, big fella, but
yeah. I was amazed that the shot by DeJuan Wheat came as close to going as it did.
It did. They really closed him down, Crawford and McCaskill.
Marquette 11 out of 15 on the line. Eford will have a 1-and-1. It's the 9th foul against Louisville. So hereafter, it'll be 2 shots on every foul. 1 is down, and the lead is 5.
Big free throws, as they all have been in the second half. And Dean playing a little strategy right here, putting Shaw back and forth on the defensive end and putting McCaskill down on the offensive end, trying to buy some time and also to keep the big fella in the game.
I think he's done a good job overall in substituting tonight to keep everyone fresh.
He has. He's played a lot of people, and I think that'll probably be the difference for Marquette tonight. They may be a little fresher than Louisville.
The lead is 6.
It's a man-to-man.
Kaiser will launch that one.
That's his first make of the second half. Couldn't happen at a better time for Louisville.
It was a 3, however, and that cuts the lead in half. 59-56. The shot clock down to 7 seconds. They've got to do something. Eford forces it, and the rebound to Wheat.
He shot over the defense. He had another good look, but he didn't make it. Pretty good defense that time by Louisville.
Timeout call, Louisville. It's only a 20-second timeout. Coach Dean might be a little upset that Marquette didn't get into their offensive flow quicker with that last possession.
You're exactly right. They took the ball out of Hutchins' hands, and they changed the play twice. That played right into the hands of Louisville with the clock with less than 10 seconds on. They really became aggressive and would not allow Marquette to get the ball back to Hutchins, who's great off the dribble under pressure.
Jim, the time remaining, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Marquette's lead is 3, and Louisville with the ball. Now McCaskill will stay in the game down the stretch. You're getting to a point in the game now where you can't worry as much if the guy fouls out, because I mean you just need him in there as much as you can.
Yeah, you got to play it out, and right now Samaki Walker is the difference in this game. He has really stepped up in the last 8 minutes and doing the damage inside. But Marquette has had pretty good success against him when they've gone to the zone principle half-court zone.
It looks like they're going to pack it in this time too on defense.
Yeah, let's see what they do. They got Crawford on Samaki, with McCaskill able to come over and give support. That's going to leave Dantzler open on the perimeter, and he's not a bad perimeter shooter.
The guy you don't want to leave open is number 3. Here's Wheat, tying the game. 59 all.
Denny Crum, he called a 20-second timeout to mark it up, and they executed it perfectly. Anytime you make it, it's perfect.
We're down to 2 minutes to play. Chris Crawford. Short, air ball. Crawford gets his own rebound, and it's foul.
Oh, my.
DeJuan Wheat committing the foul.
Oh, he didn't have to. But they are so aggressive. That's what's gotten them back in the game, is their aggressive defense. It started with about 5 minutes left in the first half and has continued. They have really been able to slow Marquette down. Now watch Wheat on the three. Big pick by Samaki. Crawford didn't step up. He was supposed to step up and give support.
Marquette, go ahead, Jim.
He's paying them back now, making these free throws. What a pressure-packed game. 9 points doesn't give you the full idea of what Crawford has done tonight defensively.
He's got a pair, and the lead is 2 for Marquette. Under 2 minutes to play. The Golden Eagles, 15 out of 19 from the line tonight. Wheat had to save it and does to Kaiser. The clock down to 1:40.
Same play as before. Don't let Wheat get it back.
Here's Walker on the perimeter. Then to Wheat.
He's dangerous.
A long three is very short. Rebound to Hutchins. Marquette with the ball and a 2-point lead with 1:20 to play.
Now, there's about 3 possessions in there if you go by the clock. Marquette calls a timely timeout.
Our producer director Gary Kirby has told us to take a timeout. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Do you have anything on second?
Down to the nitty-gritty. Marquette leading by 2 with 1:17 to play. They're discussing strategy. First, Jim, let's talk about this possession. What do they have in mind?
Well, right here is an opportunity for Marquette to do 2 things. Use some clock, and also to try to get a good shot. The only thing that seems to be working has been their transition offense, you know, getting it down the floor quickly and finding open shots. But they really need to keep that ball in Aaron Hutchins' hands, because he is the threat off the dribble, even against an aggressive Louisville defense.
Hutchins now with the ball. The shot clock is down to 18 seconds. After a timeout, you can't forget about that shot clock. Here's Pieper penetrating. Crawford.
Oh, he had it.
Shot clock down to 7. You can see it in the corner of your picture. They have to put it up. Hutchins. And the rebound to Louisville. Marquette's lead is only 2.
Louisville with some good defense.
They're on their feet here at Freedom Hall.
And well, they should be. They may not get another chance like right now to tie this game up.
Timeout Cardinals. 32 seconds remaining.
Look at Denny Crum. He is so upset. See, the play he wanted to run was the one he called during the Marquette timeout, and Samaki didn't understand what was going on because he was looking directly at it. It's the same play that Wheat made the three-pointer on. When they set a pick, Crawford didn't step up. A lot of times those are tendencies. I bet you that Denny Crum comes back with that same play, either with Wheat or Kaiser, looking for the shot off the 2-man game.
With Walker?
Yes.
Marquette, twice in the last few minutes, Jim, has waited too long with their possession.
Yeah.
I know they want to run some of the clock, but you don't want to run it too long to the point where you have to put up a panic shot.
Yeah, watch the play with Pieper. See, Pieper's going to turn the corner, and he had nowhere to go. That's how the ball gets back to Hutchins. See, they're all over it. See, they know Aaron Hutchins is the man. That's why other guys have got to get open. What they were doing was setting up to go for the rebound when really Hutchins was looking for someone that was open.
He almost made a very difficult shot. It curled out, however, and the lead is still only 2 with 32 seconds to play.
Well, for my money, he's the guy on this team that I want taking the last shot. Now here comes the defensive end. I know what Dean is telling them. On any 2-man action, that's how we got burned with Wheat and the 3. we need to step up and help the guard get over the picks.
Barring a Louisville offensive rebound, Marquette will get the ball back no matter what, because the shot clock,
hopefully, if they get the rebound.
Yeah, shot clock is down to 19, and the game clock 32.8. Okay, here we go. If Marquette wins, they're almost certainly in the NCAA tournament. If not, they're probably still on the bubble. Kaiser in the corner. Shot clock down to 4. Walker has it. Muscles it up. And ties the game.
Oh, he made it look easy, too.
The game is tied with 15 seconds.
Marquette with time. Keep it in your hands, Hutchins.
Hutchins dribbling. Hutchins all the way. Shovels it to Pieper. He's fouled as he shoots and misses. But Pieper is fouled, and he'll have 2 shots with only 4 seconds remaining.
Oh, my. Wheat bailed him out. But maybe if he didn't, Pieper looked like he was in pretty good order as far as his form. He might have made that baby. Wheat wanted to be sure. He wanted to be sure that he didn't make the shot. He'd rather put him on the line and have him make 2 free throws rather than have him make the one from the field. Look at Denny Crum talking about, do they have any more timeouts?
Pieper has 2. The game is tied with 4 seconds to play. Marquette leads by 1.
From the line, when you're on the road and you're playing a good, solid team, especially in February and March, it always seems to come down to free throws.
Denny Crum wants to call a timeout, can't get it. The lead is 2. Now timeout Louisville. With 4.3 seconds to play, Pieper with a pair of clutch free throws to give Marquette a 2-point lead.
And here's the foul. You're going to see it. Hutchins penetrates. The ball is deflected by Dantzler right into the hands of Pieper. And right there was the foul. Looked like Wheat at the last second tried to get out of the way of Pieper. Pieper went up strong.
Free throwing has been such a big factor tonight. Marquette 17 out of 21. Louisville 8 for 17.
Yeah, they're going to hate themselves in the morning, especially if Marquette wins this game. 8 of 17. That's not what you need for a team to be getting ready to go into the NCAA tournaments.
Let's talk defense right now for Marquette. Jim, they lead by 2. You can see the Marquette bench reaction before the free throws of Pieper. But let's talk defense. What do you do now?
Well, right here, you know they've got a couple of options. That little 2-man action with Samaki Walker setting the pick for Wheat, that's a pretty big pick. I would try to think that would be their first option. The second option is to get the ball. Let's see, where are they going to take that ball out at? It's got to be underneath the basket. They got to get Samaki Walker coming up the floor and maybe then relaying the ball into his hands, into someone else's, so they can get a shot to shoot a long shot. They're not going to get a layup unless Marquette totally breaks down. You can get down the floor in 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Once you get the ball in, especially if it's a long pass and he has the head start.
Here we go. The ball comes in to DeJuan Wheat. And Wheat is fouled.
Oh, he wasn't fouled.
He is fouled by Aaron Hutchins near midcourt. And it's a 1-and-1. It'll be a 1-and-1 for DeJuan Wheat, who comes up hobbling a little bit.
Oh, he tripped. We got it for you. You're going to see this trip. Here he comes. He cuts the grain right there. A little contact, but he was looking for Hollywood all the way, and I don't blame him. There was contact made. He'll go to the line, shooting 2.
1.9 seconds remaining.
He needs to make both. He needs to make both to give his team a chance.
Marquette leading by 2. DeJuan Wheat, how has he done for the year? 70% from the free throw line for the year. He has 2. All 5 Marquette players are going to try to get that rebound.
Yeah, they better. Sabaki Walker's in there.
It's a 1-and-1. He has to make the first. And he gets the second. Denny Crum is telling his kids no rebound fouls. Dewan Wheat has tied the game. Ronnie Eford, a 65-footer. No.
He had a good look. He had a good look for a 65-footer.
We've got overtime at Freedom Hall in Kentucky. 5 minutes more at least. We'll be right back. Let you call it.
Well, you be the judge on this. Is there enough contact that warrants a foul being called? Now, right there is when Wheat tries to cut the grain in front of Hutchins, but his left hand hits him. There was contact, but was it enough to be called a foul? Well, after the fact, he did call the foul, and Wheat did make the 2 free throws.
So we're tied at 63. A 5-minute overtime now to begin. And Marquette controls the ball at the outset of the extra period. Crawford in the corner. Eford in traffic. The shot clock down to 15 seconds. Hutchins with 18 in the game, had 16 in the first half. His pass stolen by Walker.
Yeah, he forced it. You got to give Samaki Walker some credit. That was pretty good post defense. He played behind him. He was on the strong side, and he got in front of him.
Walker blocked by McCaskill. Pieper saves it to McCaskill. Great defense by the big man.
Team defense wasn't over till they got the ball, and Pieper did that.
Crawford take it to the hole and fouled on the way to the bucket.
I like it. I like the guts by Crawford. You can't depend on a jump shot. Let's try to finish it and dunk it. And there you'll see Rogers coming over to give support. The defense rotates, but he gets there a little bit late. That's playing in the sky, both of those young kids. That's competition.
Great aggressive move by Crawford.
Look at that. Oh, that's strong.
And he'll have a couple. A little shy on the first one.
Take a shot. Get your stroke in. At least get your stroke in. You want to be long rather than short. Look at Coach Dean. Got to loosen that tie up a little bit. Oh, yes.
Marquette leads by 1. 1 minute deep into the overtime. Denny Crum has taken off his sports jacket. This is the first Marquette overtime game of the year. McCaskill, another great defensive play.
Oh, yes, it was.
And remember, he's playing with 4 fouls.
Good job by the big fella. He's living dangerous, though, letting Samaki Walker.
And a steal by Walker, taken by Wheat. Wheat will fire. And Pieper has the rebound.
He thought he had it, and he's coming up limping. Oh, Wheat is really hurt. Looks like a cramp. Looks like he might have caught a cramp.
Hutchins. And now an official's timeout because of the hobbling of Dewan Wheat. He's going to have to sit down, I think.
Yeah, that might be a cramp. But look at Denny Crum going off on Samaki Walker. He's got to get his point across, and he does. And look at Coach Dean.
Walker, remember, appeared to come up a little lame on that last play at the end of regulation when he and Hutchins bumped. I'm not sure if this is still that particular injury or not. Anyway, 3 minutes to play in the game. Marquette leading Louisville by 1. It's been a heck of a game tonight, Jim. Here's Damian Dantzler throwing it away. Bad pass. Eford the steal.
That's why they miss Wheat. They have the same problem as Marquette when Hutchins is out. They lose the leadership out front.
Pieper straightaway penetrating. Not much movement away from the ball. The timer down to 8 seconds. Crawford open. Long rebound out to Hutchins.
Another chance. Use the clock.
A new 35.
Don't be careless. And you can hear Coach Dean, hold the ball. Hutchins, no need to pass. Just hold the ball.
2 minutes and 12 seconds to play. Now Amaki Walker might be a little shaken up.
He's hurt.
Doubled over, hold in the middle of his back.
Yeah.
And he needs a moment to make sure if he's okay. He says he is.
Back. What a way to welcome a guy back that hasn't played in about 3 months. He's played the whole second half, and now he's playing the overtime. He's probably catching cramps from fatigue.
Yeah.
Oh, my. What a gallant effort by Samaki Walker.
McCaskill looks like he wants to shoot. Pass to Eford, who scores. Great pass by McCaskill.
Oh, yes. Inside action.
The lead is 3. 1:45 to play. Dantzler to Rogers. Bad shot. Put it in and out, and he's fouled by Pieper.
And Pieper was trying to face guard, but he was just a little bit too close and a little bit out of control. If he'd have went straight up and down, he might have been all right, but there's Samaki Walker grabbing his left side. Probably just a fatigue cramp. Look at him. He's not in shape for this kind of a game. You got to remember that this guy missed 11 games, which is about 3 months of their season, and he's playing against guys now who are playing on a serious intensity, and he's trying to match it, and he just doesn't have the overall conditioning to do it. But he's hanging in there.
In the meantime, DeJuan Wheat still on the bench, nursing that right ankle, it would appear. Tick Rogers makes a pair. The Marquette lead is a slim 1-point advantage.
The key for Marquette to win this game is to let Hutchins do it.
Timeout. Marquette. 1:24 to play. The lead 66-65. How about McCaskill, the playmaker, last time?
Oh, yeah, the big fella takes it inside and drops it to Eford with a little short bunny. Look at the bench. Look at the reaction. They know how important that was.
Marquette leads by 1 with 1:24 to play, and the Golden Eagles with the basketball. Pieper gets it into McCaskill. Both Hutchins and B.J. Flynn hit the deck, and nothing was called.
Well, you know what Crum told him, don't let him have the ball. And I'm saying let him make the plays.
The shot clock down to travel. Ronnie Eford is walking.
That's what I'm talking about. See, and look at Hutchins talking to Crawford. Give me the ball back. He's trying to get him into an offense, but when there's a breakdown because of this aggressive Louisville defense, you need to get the ball back to your point guard, Hutchins. Let him create.
1 minute remaining.
Tick Rogers bottled up. Now B.J. Flynn has it.
He can shoot.
Under a minute. Rogers, very short. Flynn the rebound and scores.
That is too easy. Of all the people on the floor, he's open.
Anthony Pieper. He's got it. A 3, and Marquette leads by 2.
That's been the only way that Marquette has been able to score is in transition this whole second half.
Timeout. I think we'll keep it here.
The consistency of their transition game has been the difference. In the second half, Marquette has been able every once in a while to get out and push the ball up the floor, and they've been able to get shots like that. When Louisville has forced them to play in the half court, they have really struggled. But watch the 3 here. That's right. There goes one player flying by. That's Dantzler. Samaki Walker trying to hold position inside. Look at the nice follow through. This baby hits the bottom of the net. Advantage Marquette.
Marquette for the game unofficially with 11 3-pointers. So almost half of their points from downtown. They lead by 2 with 33 seconds to play. All right, take us into the huddle, Jim. Let's talk strategy right now.
Well, right here, Denny Crum is saying, look at fellas, we got 33 seconds. I'm surprised they didn't come back with that play that they had when Wheat was in. But Marquette, right now, what they need to do, they got an aircraft carrier in Samaki Walker. They need to try to get that ball to him no matter what. No matter what. They need to go inside, outside. They don't have Wheat unless he's going to come back in the game now. If he's not going to play, what a disadvantage for them. But you can't forget about Kaiser. Kaiser has the ability to hit three-pointers also.
Marquette defensively will have Hutchins and Pieper, Eford, Crawford, and McCaskill. That's their original starting 5. And now Flynn and Sims, Rogers, Walker, and Densler for Louisville.
Right.
Again, the lead is 2 for Marquette.
And about a 1.3-second difference on the clock. They need to play their best defense right here. If they hold here, they win this game.
P.J. Flynn guarded by Aaron Hutchins. Here's Tick Rogers. A little surprised Kaiser is on the bench. Flynn all the way. Puts up a prayer. It was tipped in by Danforth. And the game is tied at 69.
Set a pick. Set a pick.
We're down to 8 seconds. Hutchins is going to shoot, I think. He will.
Oh, he got a good look.
Off the back rim. We're going double overtime. Mike Dean wanted an offensive goaltending call at the other end.
Oh, man. But give Hutchins credit. Hutchins had a good look.
We're going to go double overtime at least in Kentucky. We'll be right back.
This is the last Louisville score. Number 13, Flynn. Watch what happens. He'll take the ball inside and put it up, but he stays home. That's right. Second smallest guy on the floor. But look at that ball bounce. You can see Dantzler over the top. Flynn was able to get to the basket. And look at the reaction of the bench and Dean.
Double overtime. Marquette has it. Crawford, after the tip was controlled by McCaskill. Well, Marquette played a double overtime game a year ago at Memphis and lost. They hope to have a different result here tonight in Louisville. Here's McCaskill. He'll go up strong. Blocked by Walker. Fouled on Walker.
Marquette will take it, but the quick jumping of Samaki Walker and that long reach of his, it looked like a good block from where we're sitting.
Sure
but
did.
Marquette will take it. Watch what happens. Strong post up by McCaskill. Little drop step. Now watch the angle. That's what you got to watch. Where did he get him?
Wow.
But Marquette will take it.
McCaskill with a pair of free throws. Amal has played very well at both ends in the last several minutes, considering he has 4 fouls. He is not backing away in the aggressiveness department at all.
No, he isn't.
He missed one. It's a 1-point lead. 4.5 minutes to play from Louisville. Well, we're all getting our money's worth tonight. A good portion of the crowd standing, and they have been standing ever since regulation.
That's right.
About the last couple of minutes of regulation play. And we're in the second overtime. Walker double team. But then he got underneath McCaskill.
And there was nothing he could do. He is so talented. Drop step to the baseline. McCaskill played it real smart. Played it as tough as he could not to draw that 5th foul.
Louisville leads by 1.
Look at Dantzler. Dantzler is guarding Hutchins.
Here's McCaskill inside.
Oh,
He
nice.
scores, and Marquette leads by 1.
Sweet move
Boy, with the contact, you had to hold your breath. You thought it might be a charging foul.
That's right. He's so aggressive when he goes to the basket.
Sims in the corner into Walker. He's fouled, I think, by McCaskill, and if it is, that'll be his 5th.
You know what? To McCaskill's credit, he has played about as gallantly as any player I've seen this season. And he picked up about 3 fouls that were very questionable. Now they're going to call a foul. Now watch right here. Look what he's doing. You be the judge. He's just holding his ground. What do you have to do? What a gallant effort. He helped get his team this far.
McCaskill with 8 points. I think he had 4 or 5 blocked shots and probably 10 to 12 rebounds. Walker misses the first. Marquette still leads by 1 with 3:11 to play in the second overtime.
Not bad for Samaki Walker, missing all those games, to come back and get 21, his first game back.
He'll sleep well tonight.
Oh, yes, he will.
Tie game, 72 all. Well, personally, I think both of these teams should be in the NCAA tournament. Ronnie Eford on the outside. Hutchins. Louisville's played good defense on Hutchins in the second half.
Yes, they have.
They foul him here, though. Sims tripping Hutchins.
Well, I know the fans don't like it, but that's the same call they called against Marquette, against Wheat. Just a little bump foul, but just enough to make those little guys have to go a little bit farther around on their penetration, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Aaron 1 for 2 from the line for the night. He's got it, and the lead belongs to Marquette, 73-72.
Marquette hanging tough.
The little big man with a pair, and it's 74-72 Marquette. A double overtime thriller from Louisville. On the outside, Damian Dantzler. Here's Sims to the baseline, shut off. Dantzler a 3.
That's one of few. They haven't made many tonight, and that's the biggest one. We said earlier that Dantzler had a pretty decent outside shot. That's a big basket under pressure.
Now Marquette trying to answer. Ronnie Eford on the block. Shot blocked by Walker.
You can't shoot in his face. His arms are too long. He's too talented. You can't shoot in Walker's face. He has made the difference.
Well, they're going to run some of the clock. We're down to 1 minute 35 seconds in the game. Here's Walker against Abraham, and he scores. And the lead is 3 for Louisville.
And he's put this team on his back in the last 2 minutes.
Crawford got it to tie the game. Holy Toledo. We're tied at 77.
And look at Walker. He can barely get up and down the floor. He's catching cramps in his shoulder and his legs. Denny Crum is looking away. He knows how important it is for this kid to stay in the game.
We're under a minute. The shot no good by Chick Rogers. And now Marquette with the ball.
Another possession left.
77 all. Timeout, Golden Eagles. How about Chris Crawford knocking down that three a minute ago? We'll be back for the final 35 seconds. Don't you dare go away. Well, we're down to 35.7 seconds remaining in the second overtime period here at a jam-packed Freedom Hall. Marquette with the ball. Aaron Hutchins in possession. The shot clock is down to 20 seconds. The game clock is 30.
He lost his dribble. He lost his dribble. Get it back to him. Okay.
The shot clock less than 10. It's down to 7. Hutchins one-on-one against Sims. He wants to shoot. His pass stolen by Tech Rogers. Rogers all the way. Fouled by Pieper.
He caught him at the end. What effort by Pieper, because with 8.8 seconds, he was looking to score that baby. That would have been the difference. Give Louisville credit. They put Sims on Hutchins, and he couldn't get away from him, and Rogers was playing in those passing lanes. Right here, look at the effort by Pieper. He gets all ball over the top, and he fouls him. And we know the history of Louisville in this game in particular on the free throw line.
Rogers will have 2. He is 3 out of 4 from the line tonight. He has 2 with 8.8 seconds to play. The game is tied at 77.
Shot it like it was nothing.
Marquette has 1 timeout left. We'll see if they use it. Louisville leads by 1. By 2. Timeout, Louisville. We'll keep it here with just under 9 seconds to play. Well, it's always frustrating going back to the last Marquette possession, Jim, in a tie game like that, to not even get a shot.
Yeah, you wanted Pieper to have the ball, at least I have in every overtime. But give Louisville some credit.
Yeah.
They put Sims on him. He couldn't beat Sims off the dribble. This guy's been beating people all through this course of the season. The great defense by Sims wouldn't allow him to break him down. So he tried to pass off, but Rogers was playing in the passing lane. Excellent team defense by Louisville.
Well, it's been a night for Marquette to be very successful on three-point shots. Would they dare take a three-pointer here and roll the dice?
Whatever you can get right now. Whatever you can get. Crawford has been good when he's been open, and so has Pieper. They've got 1, 2, 3. They've got 4 three-point threats in the lineup right now.
They've made 12 as a team from beyond the arc tonight. They're down by 2 on what might be their final possession of the game.
I would be surprised if they were able to beat this tough Louisville defense and pull up for a 2. I do think there's a possibility for a 3 because you can always pull back. Now they've got 8.8 seconds to get this ball up the floor. Plenty of time to get into their half of the floor and shoot a long shot. Little full court pressure. And they're not silly enough to foul them. I know Denny Crum went over that part of it. Don't foul them, but make it tough for them to get the ball in.
Crawford to make the inbound pass. Does so to Hutchins. Here we go. Final 7 seconds. Hutchins will take a 3. He got it! With 3 seconds to play. Marquette leads by 1.
No timeouts.
The ball comes into
No
Sims.
timeouts.
Sims at midcourt. A running 25-footer. No good. And Marquette has won it. Marquette has won it. Aaron Hutchins, a three-pointer, falling away from the right side for the game winner.
Do you believe it? Don't tell me that that's not an NCAA team right there. Tremendous three-pointer. Marquette had 8.8 seconds. He's got Rogers on him. He could have went past him, but he stepped back for the three-pointer. Now that's guts. Oh, that's big-time play right there. That's NCAA tournament play right there. That got him to it.
Marquette is in the tourney from all appearances with a dramatic double overtime win here at Louisville tonight. We'll be back in a moment.